Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, traders. This is the man upstairs signing in. I'm sorry I started off so dramatically there, but that's kind of what this lesson is going to be about today. It's kind of dramatic. First things first, daily mantra is I only trade when the market meets my trading criteria. Let's repeat that. I only trade when the market meets my trading criteria. Obviously, that's to be backed up by our actual philosophy, our actual rules and tools, which says that I trade the day trend and only when the 240 convergences agree. And we should repeat that as well. I trade the day trend only when the 240 convergences agree. We have a goal, a very, very big goal. Mine's $1 million in monthly production by February 2009. You come up with your own big goal. And it has to be so big, so exhilarating, that it excites you and scares you at the same time. All right, so if you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hands, and with that, let's get started. This is the New Zealand, and we're looking at the 240. We're basically going to review what I was talking about yesterday, which was this green engulfish bullish candle move off this possible confirmation on a U-turn. All right. Well, as you can obviously see, it did U-turn, it did confirm, and then it went and gave us this humongous wick going south. And on top of it all, it comboed itself, tied into a freaking engulfish bearish red. And then not only did it do that, it backed up, okay, it on itself, and then it gave us another engulfish bearish, and then a U-turn, which is not really a U-turn, but it went ahead and turned around. So let me explain it all, or let me tie it all in together to make sure that we don't get ourselves all, you know, our panties in a bunch or whatever. This engulfish bearish was turned on yesterday, and I did speak about it briefly, but then I didn't make any additional information about it because I was worried about that trend line break that engulfish bullish candle made for us in the 240. So looking at this here, this is the day trend. And what does our principle say? Our principle says that we trade the day trend, okay, not any other trend, the day trend when the 240 convergences agree. Well, if the engulfish bullish candle that broke the trend line did not agree with the ongoing trend line, what are we supposed to do? Well, not trade, or trade a smaller time frame off the 240. Not get into it anyway. I did not get into it, by the way. This looked to me yesterday like if this candle that we have in here with a humongous wick closed above this red ATL, automated trend line, we would go north. It did not. In fact, yesterday we closed with a, I mean, that could have actually been, I mean, that's a southerly candle right there if I've ever seen one. Look at the wick on top of it. So that's why we trade the way we trade. This actually now looks like it could go to the outer trend line. Now I've circled a few U-turns here for us to analyze really quick. We look here at this one. We might be looking at 1210. Here's the 240. Let's see if we can find that 210. A little bit more, a little bit more. All right, so we've got the 210 over here. All right, we're going to be looking at the 210, which would have been a Sunday apparently. All right, so there we have 1212. All right, go all the way to 1210. All right, and we're doing these moves. All right, here we have the confirmation of an evening star here right below that blue line. And let's take a look at what it's telling us here. 1210, 1211. All right, we've got first of all, we've got a possible U-turn on the day, which is a beautiful thing, and then a humongous wick. All right, so we wait another day, which is 1212, and now we've actually getting ready to set everything up because now this U-turn has confirmed. It hasn't crossed over, but it has confirmed. All right, 1213 now. Wow, that's amazing. However, this is not what we're looking at. We're looking for the trend to confirm. We haven't done anything yet, so we're actually looking at the 240 U-turn, if it exists. 240 U-turn usually is what the trigger is. All right, so let's see how this would have looked. Okay, we have a possible U-turn here, which would have been on, when is that? 12. Okay, 1211 it started. So how many pips did we make on that U-turn? Maybe maybe like 68 or so, all right, because we would have backed it up. Why? Because there's a bounce. There's an ATL bounce there, all right, and it started slowing us down. How would we have noticed that? We would have probably noticed that. Probably noticed that because of previous support, previous resistance becoming future support, or on the 60. One of the two, it would have come out. It would have come out in the end. We would have backed out. Okay, let's get out of there. 68 pips we made. All right, so now we're way up here. We're confirming this engulfish. I'm sorry, not engulfish. This evening star, and we're heading south. Well, look at what happens here when we get to 12:13. 12:13. There we've got 12:13. It started. Remember, on the day it's 1600 Central Standard Time, so we've actually gone into it a little bit. Blah blah blah. We've got a engulfish bullish there going, and we don't have anything over here helping us at all. We don't, except for two things. One, a crossover, blue ATL, red ATL, and then two, 12:13. 12:13 closes. Look at where you're going. All right. So if you get in off that move with candles, remember rule of thumb, candles, and you're looking for that ATL to happen, that ATL crossover to happen, right here. Okay. Let's look. Oh, it's at the end of that. Okay. Well, let's say 12:14, 12:13. You're looking at it. You're scared. You're not sure what's going on. You're weak. Your wave is freaking flatlining. All right. Boom. Confirmation on another evening star. You know that you're at 12:13, 12:12, and 12:13. Your day chart is already showing signs, and the huge wick has already closed over there on the day chart. So now you can say, okay, well, you know what? I've got a higher probability of that going with me if the trend confirms, because obviously the day takes so long to readjust. It takes a whole day, and you got in. So let's say you get in about here, or maybe you get in a little bit further. This is the 240 now. So you get 1, 2, 3. That's 12 hours. Now you get in here. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. Wow, look at that. Okay, let's go here, just because of where this red engulfish might have cut us off. So you get in here. You get right there. Let's go there. 168 pips. All right, in less than a day. All right, so that's kind of what we're looking at. That's kind of what we're looking for. All right, so that's it for today. I'm going to show you right now the week chart on the New Zealand. As you can see that wave right there with a red circle, it's been right in the middle, right at 50 range for a long, long time. Look at that. It's like November. It looks like it might break out of this channel, those two orange lines. And also the ATL might be having a crossover or something like that if it breaks that additional that top portion of the blue line right there. All right, so I'm gonna sign out now. Remember, if you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hands. It is our duty to be rich. It is our duty to become millionaires. We don't do anybody any good being normal guys or gals at all. In fact, it's a sin to be poor. Anything under $500,000 a month is probably not even worth our time getting out of bed for. So with that, it's our duty to be rich. You get a singular obsessive compulsion to accelerating your life. Do it big. Be it as big as you can. Keep it alive. It has to be big enough. My goal is $1 million a month production by February 2009. You make up your own. Make it big. Make it exhilarating. It has to be so exhilarating that it excites you and scares you at the same time. All right, with that, make it happen.